The whole truth. And nothing but the truth. So help me.
Honorable Minister, can you introduce yourself and your team?
4,665 Ghana cedis. So the auditors noted that one Kennedy Osei, an assistant director of the ministry, was granted a 2-year study leave with pay to pursue a PhD at the Queensland University in Australia from 30th January 2017 to February 2019. The auditors also noted that the same Dr. Kennedy Osei was also declined a 9-month leave of absence after they had extended his study leave period to enable him to complete his program. This was a 3-year extension. The auditors also observed that Kennedy Osei benefited from Get Fund scholarship to the tune of 125,000 Australian dollars, and also had allowances of 49,400 US dollars as allowances alone. Then Dr. Osei, upon return to post on 13 September 2022, only served for 8 months, after which he took 36 days annual leave and later resigned from the civil service, effective 15th of August 2023. Madam Minister, the recommendation was for the Chief Director to recover the amount of 54,664.91 Ghana cedis. What has been done so far on this?
Thank you, Honorable Chair. With your kind permission, indulge my Chief Director to respond. Thank you, Honorable Chair. The Director, ATR will respond.
Thank you very much. Honorable Chair, so Dr. Kennedy Osei is a former staff of the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. And in 2017, he obtained study leave pay from the Office of the Head of Civil Service, which is our employer, and also the Central Management Agency responsible for the human resources management of the entire civil service. This study leave pay facility was for a period of 2 years. In 2019, when his time was up for him to return, he asked for extension. But the Office of the Head of Civil Service declined this and gave him study leave without pay for him to complete the program. He again asked for an additional extension. In fact, if you look at the number of times he requested, he was given about 3 years extension without pay. And he reported to post in 2022. When he reported, he duly informed the Office of the Head of Civil Service that he has returned from the study leave facility that was granted him. Now, he resigned in 2023, in August 2023, and the office reported this resignation to the Office of the Head of Civil Service for their approval. And then the ministry took the steps to discontinue immediately his salary in August 2023. Thank you very much. This is the update.
Madam Director, HR, the question I asked was simple. How much of this has been recovered to date? Not the history about the leave and all that.
Okay, thank you very much. So, when we reported the matter to the Office of the Head of Civil Service, they engaged him and then gave him the terms and then how much should be recovered and then paid to government. So far, he has paid 3,000 cedis out of the total amount, out of 19,000.
Madam Director, I know of this 19,000 issue, but then the auditors after reconciliation also found out that there was no record to ascertain the 34,000 that you had claimed was in question. So the total amount to be refunded by Dr. Kennedy Osei is supposed to be 54,000, not the 19,000 you are referring to. So then again, my next question will be to the auditors. Auditors, can you confirm whether 3,000 Ghana cedis have been received? And also confirm to us the 54,000 after your reconciliation with Dr. Kennedy Osei?
Well, we don't have any evidence to the fact that 3,000 has been recovered. That has not been made available to us. And secondly, if you look at the report, there are reconciliation and the payroll records available. The 54,000 still stands. And so we disagree on the fact that the person is supposed to pay 19,000 instead of the 54,000. And the payroll records, the individual involved received salary for the period they are indicating that the salary was not paid to the person. And so as far as we are concerned, we are supposed to recover the entire amount of 54,000 from the individual involved. The payment of 3,000 has not been given to us. We don't have any evidence to that effect.
Madam Director, so 2 questions. What's the evidence that we have received 3,000? Then the next question will be, what was the basis for the agreement for Dr. Kennedy Osei to pay only 19,000 when indeed he's supposed to refund 54,000?
Okay, thank you very much. So as I indicated earlier on, his resignation was forwarded to the Office of the Head of Civil Service for their information and their approval. So they engaged Dr. Kennedy Osei and not the ministry, because they had granted the leave to Dr. Kennedy Osei.
Madam Director, over here is the management response I'm referring to. And the management response came from the ministry, not civil service. So what was the basis for the ministry to now say that it is 19,000 and not 54,000? Because this response came from management, not from the civil service. So what evidence is available to you to say that it is only 19 and not 54,000?
This information came from the Office of the Head of Civil Service, and we provided the information to the auditors when
Madam, we are speaking to a report by the Auditor General, not something that we have put on paper to come and tell us. So can you kindly respond to the Auditor General's report and not something that you know? But we are called here because there's a report citing an infraction against the Gender Ministry. So respectfully, can you speak to the reports?
Madam Director, since you have indicated you received this evidence from the head of civil service, has this evidence been provided to the audit service? Since you received that from the civil service, has that been given to the auditors for verification?
Yes, please. We submitted copies of the receipts as received from the Office of the Head of Civil Service to the auditors.
Okay, auditors, do you have anything to say on this?
Which, as I indicated earlier, we don't have any evidence to that.
Okay. Madam Director, do we know the whereabouts of Dr. Kennedy Osei? Is he still in the country or he's gone away?
Please, the ministry has no idea where he is. Once he sent in his resignation, we have no idea whether he's still in the country or not.
Has there been any official reports or complaints on Dr. Kennedy Osei to any of our security agencies?
The Office of the Head of Civil Service, when we submitted the resignation to them, they engaged me. So as we speak, the matter is, or the issue is between the Office of the Head of Civil Service and Dr. Kennedy Osei. So we cannot tell whether they have reported me to any of the security agencies.
Madam Director, the recommendation from the auditors was not for civil service to recover the money. It was for the Chief Director to recover, take steps to recover. Since we have the chief director here, I think that it is right that she responds to this, because this recommendation was to her to recover the amount and not the civil service.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, we wrote to Office of the Head of Civil Service to demand follow-up because
Raise up the mic so that the country can engage.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, the Head of Civil Service, he had the employers of
The Chief Director, we know this. There's a specific question. Can you please go straight to it?
Okay.
You can't. You can ask for permission to go and come back properly after conferring with your minister and whoever you need to confer with to give us the right service. Respect, let's not dance around this. The director here has made the point that it's head of civil service, so she should wash her hands of it. Now the report says the chief director should do the needful. If you also cannot, please, you have a new minister. Speak to the minister and see how best you can solve this. And let's not dance and dally around this thing, because we also have another agency to take care of. Respectfully.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. We wrote to the Head of Civil Service. I have a copy of the letter here, telling them of the pending the 4,000 that Kennedy is supposed to refund. The Head of Service liaised with the GET Fund, because the GET Fund awarded him the scholarship. They did their calculations and they came out with 19,000. That is the amount Kennedy is supposed to pay. We also wrote a letter to the Head of Civil Service as a follow-up so that they will report whether Kennedy has paid, because the salaries are between them, not to us.
Chief Director, respectfully, you had the auditors come to your end. The auditors, I'm sure, gave you a base for the 54. Did you or did you not ask the auditors for the basis of the 54,000?
No, they did their calculation and gave us. So we presented that to.
And you did not ask for the basis of their calculation?
Yeah, they used the months that Kennedy was away.
A whole ministry, the audit service gives you a figure as to a particular issue, and you just pick it and send to GET Fund without asking them for clarification as to why they arrived. Certainly, the risk and reason why they arrived at the 54,000. We would want to find out the reason why they arrived at the 54,000.
Yes, we did. They used the amount Dr. Kennedy received plus the salaries he received. So they summed up everything to that amount. So when they presented that amount to us, we wrote to Office of the Head of Civil Service to inform them. On our part, we stopped his salary. Immediately we heard that we stopped his salary. And then we wrote to Office of the Head of Civil Service to notify them. And then we also followed up so that they would retrieve the monies. And they held a meeting with GET Fund. The GET Fund awarded the scholarship to Dr. Kennedy. So they sat with the GET Fund, and then they arrived at the 19,000 because he came back.
So what was the basis for the 19,000 from GET Fund, please?
Okay, that we will not have that information because it was between his employer and the one
basis I was saying that they should pay the 19,000. If you yourself don't know why GET Fund arrived at 19,000, this is money. And so if someone gives you a figure to pass on to somebody, you should find out how they arrived at the 19,000. But if you tell us that you don't know it, that it's GET Fund that gave you the 19,000, so you have passed it on, respectfully, I don't think this is the way to do about things. The Auditor General has stated 54,000. They gave a basis for the 54,000. GET Fund has stated 19,000. Tell us a basis for GET Fund arriving at the 19,000. You are not able to tell us, but you are able to pass it on to the Head of Civil Service, to pass it on to Dr. Kennedy or say, to pay that amount. I respectfully cannot override what the auditors have said.
We have it here.
Thank you.
We have everything here.
And so share with us.
Yes, road back to us. This was 1st October 2024, so the report is here.
So share with us how they arrived at the 19,000. You have shared with us how they arrived at the 54,000. Share with us the 19,000.
Can I read
Yeah.
this? They said that at the initial instance, the Office of the Head of Civil Service, in a letter number AC dated 12 October 2023, requested Dr. Kennedy Osei to redeem a bond of 53,758 cedis, 7 pesos. This amount included 9 months of salary of 34,459 cedis, 56 pesos, which was inadvertently included in the total figure. Consequently, the sum of 34,459 cedis, 56 pesos, was deducted from 53,758 cedis, 7 pesos, resulting in an outstanding amount of 19,325 cedis, 51 pesos. In view of this, the Office of the Head of Civil Service, in a letter number AC 100/448/101E, dated 2nd November 2023, requested Dr. Kennedy Osei to refund an amount of 19,325 cedis, 51 pesos, to redeem his bond. All his guarantors were copied. This office subsequently accepted a schedule of payment by Dr. Osei Kennedy, which was 1,000 cedis a month, into the consolidated fund accounts at the Controller and Accountant General's Department. It should be noted that Dr. Kennedy Osei has so far paid only 3,000 Ghana cedis out of the 19,325 cedis, 50 pesos. Copies of receipts attached. Trust this explanation with your expectation. Signed by Madam Elizabeth Obin, Director, RTU, Head of the Civil Service.
Yes, thanks, Madam Chief Director. All that was read to us, the auditors reviewed and confirmed. From the audit position, all these amounts we are talking about were actually paid to him during the period. So the justification from the Head of Civil Service and Get Funds Reconciliation does not even come in here. So what, as a ministry, you are expected to do is to call Mr. Kennedy Osei back and explain this is the audit position and that the total amount owed is 54,000 and not 19,000. These are monies he received, and he has not denied from any of the facts we have available that he did not receive those monies. So, Madam Chief Director, the other issue we have now is that the 3,000 Ghana cedis that has been received so far, there is no evidence available to the auditors. So how was this money received, and what's the evidence available now for the auditors to also confirm?
Honorable, the Office of the Head of Civil Service, they provided the accounts. We are not reviewing today. Accounts and its content. So payment was done directly into the account. They wrote to us indicating the
Chief
amount.
Director, recently you were coming here. What stopped you from going for evidence? You were coming here and you know you have been cited for such an infraction. So nothing stopped you from going for the evidence of Office of the Head of the Civil Service to come at least show to the auditors for the auditors to say, or that should be the job of the Public Accounts Committee.
Honorable Chair, we wrote to them, but unfortunately we haven't received updates from them.
We always hide from this matter, we wrote to them. That letter is not enough. Your office and the Office of Head of Civil Service, how many kilometers? There are times that you just need to go the extra mile to settle things that need to be settled, to clear it once and for all in the Auditor General's reports. It is not okay for us to say, I'm written to them, they will waive the letter. That is not enough. We all need to go the extra mile to make sure we do things properly. So, Chief Director, this is not enough. You knew you were coming here. At least, they also were here this afternoon. If for nothing at all, You should have conferred with them. We are all coming here. Can you give me evidence to show that clearly they have paid 3,000? But if you come, you say they have paid 3,000, you just say they haven't received or they haven't seen evidence to that effect. And you just read the letter that we wrote to them. That is not enough.
Honorable Chair, respectfully, we wrote to them, we followed that, we worked with them. Even here, we persuaded them to sit so that at least we will respond to queries together and continue.
Tell them to step out and respond to the queries.
How long was he supposed to serve? What was the length of the bond?
4 years.
Can I speak through the microphone?
4 years, please.
And how much of time did he serve?
8 months.
Speak in the microphone, please.
He said 8 months.
8 months
Yes.
out of the 4 years.
Yes.
And so it needs to. And then they said we only owe him, he only owes 3,000 and 19,000.
19,000.
Dr. Kennedy said, the country sent you to Australia. You got your PhD, thank you very much. But look at your negligence. It has brought the ministry, the chief, the minister, the ministry over here because of your negligence. Hey, so tomorrow should we sponsor somebody else to go and get a PhD? Dr. Kennedy said, come on, pay, and then make sure that you redeem these people. Come and redeem yourself. Dr. Kennedy said, I know you are watching us. Dr. Kennedy said, come and pay this amount. Madam, when he signed the bond, I'm sure he had guarantees. People guaranteed for him, didn't they? And have you called any of the guarantors?
The OSCS followed up, and that they were not responding. So
They were not responding.
Yes.
I mean, the way I do my stuff is that when you owe me, I call the police. You call the police, they will go after you. This is fraud. This is fraud. You are supposed to serve 4 years, you serve 8 months, and you go away. Dr. Kennedy will say you are watching us, come and pay. Others will take the next step. The next question
It's an issue of underpayment of rent. Again, rent is running to 5 staff underpayment, total of 7,674. Again, the question is, why has it been allowed to go on for such a long time? And what measures have been taken to collect the money?
Madam Chair, as I did indicate, these were issues that happened before I took over. And as we have become issues of concern, we have put structures in place to collect all these, and they have really started paying up to now. If we were to focus on only these alternatives, I will assure you that we have finished by now. But when the issue came, we felt that after from the time that they defaulted, they should pay all their outstanding money rent up to now. So they started, but because of this audit issue, we just subtracted the one that affected this audit, the audit reporting period. And so I want to assure the House that with this 30 days hanging around my neck, it will be difficult for me to go and relax. So I just want to assure the House that whatever we are doing here will be for the benefit of all of us. And so we are taking this exercise very seriously. And from here, you are watching me, and I believe when you are dealing with penal things, sometimes people feel that they are personal issues. But that has become a national issue now, and they are watching me for the wrong reasons. I believe all of them support us to salvage this situation
so that next time we come clean hands when we come. Who you can be?
You keep on saying when you took over. When did you take over? So when did you take over?
I took over 10 years ago.
My goodness.
So, sir, I want you to commit to this committee. We're on recess. When Parliament resumes, we will be submitting a report to the plenary. You have 30 days to recover all these monies. Aside reporting to the auditors, we want a written commitment from you. One, that in 30 days you are going to recover the money. After the 30 days, we want to see a report, attach all payment vouchers to it and bring it to this committee. Can we get that commitment? I want you to say it live on TV.
Yes, no. On your mic.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Honorable Bow.
Thank you, Chair. When you were saying just when you took over, I want to find it. There's still somebody that where that he just took over. 10 years ago. 10 years ago. And he still somebody that. You withdraw. Or you withdraw.
Madam Chair, I have revised my expression.
You have revised.
My position. I have withdrawn.
Okay, honorable members, we have a total for this afternoon. So the next infraction is on 2119, and Honorable Edmund will take that one.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, the next infraction also relates to unpaid rent of 77,350 Ghana cedis. But before I get to it, in the explanation of the head of civil service, in defending or trying to put up what I'll call an excuse for the principal, he said maybe these things are systemic things that he may have inherited. But Mr. Chair, I take a strong exception to that because as a principal or as a principal of the institution, the Public Financial Management Act and the regulation is supposed to be like your Bible, something you religiously read and understand, all that should guide all action that you take within the institution. And when you look at Regulation 46 of the Public Financial Management Regulations, it is clearly stated that within 24 hours, all non-tax revenue collected must be lodged into the account. And these things are even supposed to be deducted as well. And across all the institutions, there is blatant disregard for this particular act. So I want to ask him if this is the first time he's coming into contact with the Public Financial Management Act and the regulations, and why he disregarded or he allowed his officers to disregard this particular provision throughout his tenure of administration.
Madam Chair, this was not intentional. The affected officers actually started paying the money, but it wasn't up to the 10%. And we.
Mr. Chair, my question is not about whether they have started paying, it's about whether he, as the principal, is aware of the regulations that guide the collection of this rent.
Madam Chair, I'm aware.
So, you are aware. Is that an admission that you have been negligent all these years? Because you know the law, but you were not Yes, complying with the law. Is that an addition of negligence?
Madam Chair, this was oversight.
Oversight.
So, with this 77,350 Ghana cedis, the last time I checked, it can provide at least 2 boreholes. When are we getting this money? When are we going to recover the money?
Within 30 days, Madam Chair, as well.
What is this? It's 2020 out of the 77,000. 2021, the amount due was 24,000. They paid 8,600. 2022, amount owed was 24,000. They paid 10,000. 2023, another 24,000. They paid 0. 2024. Amount is 24,000. They paid 0. And I know that it just took over 10 years ago. This was all real time. So 30 days, this will be corrected.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
No, but secure.
So that one is
It's just data source. I don't understand why.
That one
He
is
didn't answer my question.
Instead of what?
Any last permission?
Yes.
My name is Michael Junior, the acting minister.
And that is you.
Yes, please.
And you should have collected this amount.
Yes, please.
Oh, and the other guy was sitting down, taking your blame, and you are sitting here smiling. Sir, why haven't you collected this amount?
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. Actually,
Madam Chair,
sorry,
is that what you're referring to me? The last time I checked, I was a guy.
That was fine.
Very long.
10 years ago.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm
Over here, let's see your convention. And then what can you do?
This is the rent, the facility rented by the municipal assembly. They are using our facility, and since I took over in 2023, these monies have been outstanding. I have been writing officially to the assembly and following up, but we are very close by the adjacent assembly. So I've been working in there regularly to collect this money, but they have refused over the power side to pay the money. So the new municipal president just took over. I went to him, I think second I go to him and I followed up in person to inquire about the payment. He said they are just taking over, so I should give him some time to understand the issue and then see how best they can make payments. So yesterday he issued a letter to me that is engaging management and who takes care to make payments. So he has assured me that I should have the money to pay.
You say yesterday?
Yeah, yesterday. But I'm going there the time. But only yesterday they gave me a written consent committee. Actually, they had
Sebastian, sir.
Because
I want the proof.
Yes, that's what they did.
Why for all this?
Sir, that is the story that we have. We want the money.
Yes.
When are we going to get the money?
So I'll plead that maybe you can give some time.
When is some time?
End of the year. 6 months.
Okay. How you pay? How government pay you?
They have a problem in places that trying to understand the rent agreement and everything. So the MC has requested for some time.
Sir, I think in your case, 60 days will be more than enough.
Yes.
Because the assemblies just got common fund.
Yes.
They have common funds in there. All of us in here, we are members of parliament.
Yes.
When they get common fund, we know, and they have common fund. 60 days is enough for you. If not, you'll be using your salary to pay for this. So then you can wait the next 10 years, you collect the money.
I see. Thank you very much.
So 60 days for you. Auditors take note, and clerk take note of that one also. Okay, you are discharged.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll call agenda ministry, please.
No.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. I'm grateful because this infraction relates to a very basic procedure associated with consultancy services that your department is due to undertake. And it is grounded on Regulation 46 of the Public Financial Management Regulation 2019, LI 2378, which requires the principal spending officer to ensure the efficient collection of non-tax revenue. Indeed, the auditors indicated that, and I quote, we noted that the department had undertaken consultancy services for some ministries, departments, totaling 81,500 Ghana cedis, for which they have defaulted in making payments. And Honorable Chair, with your leave, I walked through the details. Management review for Ministry of Works and Housing, Ministry of Finance.
Oh no. Is it under Works and Housing?
No, it's under management services that this entity provide. It's part of the question. It's part of the audit, the paragraph 21, 28. It's stated clearly there.
Okay, go ahead.
Office of Head of Civil Service. They also did establishment level consultancy job for Ghana Gaming Commission, Ministry of Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education, operational organizational manual for the Ministry of Fisheries, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources, Office of Head of Civil Service, Government Secretarial, Ministry of Chieftaincy, Department of Labor, Coastal Development Authority, Ministry of Health, Department of Cooperatives, Ministry of Works and Housing, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Finance, Government Secretarial School, Ministry of Chieftaincy, Ministry of Information Services Department, the National House of Chiefs, Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources, and Government Secretarial also benefited from operational manual development for these entities. These entities benefited from your services and to the total amount of 81,500 Ghana cedis, and there was default in collection of the fees. Now, this is what the auditors recommended, and I quote, we recommend that the director should ensure that the accountant recovers the total amount of 81,500 Ghana cedis from the defaulters and same be paid into the Auditor General's recoveries account at the Bank of Ghana, failing which the director should pay. Now, there is a response from the auditee. Management acknowledged the recommendation and indicated
that efforts were being made to collect the outstanding fees from the MDAs. My question, Honorable Chair, what is the status of collection? Have we collected the amounts? And if not, why?
Honorable Chair, I'm the Executive Secretary, Management Services Department. My name is Jonathan Tekelati. Recovery efforts in collection have already started. We've actually sent demand letters to all the institutions that have defaulted. And we so far collected from 11 institutions. That's 17.9% of the total amount. And I think we should be more aggressive in the collection. And I have scheduled myself to actually do this collection. I'm actually debt collector number 1, and I'm ensuring that it's done. We actually have assurances from most of the team directors in payments. So it's ongoing, recovery efforts.
Chair, before you come in, yes, you're right on what you just said. I was wondering how, for instance, a department like the league, and I tax the department, but the MSD is a consultant of the service in terms of development of manuals, the scheme of service. In fact, in the realignment that we get there, reconfiguration of the ministries in terms of mandate, in terms of location, etc., they led up, to be able to be, and then of course the things of almost 400 staff that have lost out as a result of the realignment we had. So it is an institution under me that I can task to help me to function. And so when I saw my name there, I said, what do I have to pay for? For instance, Parliament asking the Public Account Committee to do a work, and Parliament has to pay the committee to do the work. So for others, yes, you can collect them. But if you are charging OACS, I want to tell you that I won't pay. Because DSS, that is an institution that is a department I task to do some work for me to strengthen my outfit. I hope you understand. So that's like for the other institutions, yes, we need to strengthen the collection effort. But if you are going to take money from your father, I'm telling you that I will not pay. But we will help you to collect from the other institutions so that you can strengthen your outfit. So I want the chair to appreciate that this is my tool that is used in the management of the service as an institution. And I can tax them from time to time to undertake some exercises. And I was wondering why I'll have to bill them if I sanction them to do work, for which reason they have been established. Chair, I humbly submit. Thank you.
So how much of this amount have you collected?
So far, we collected
Use your microphone so that the whole country will hear your response.
So far, we collected from 5 institutions, and it's ongoing.
That was my question.
How much have you collected? 14,500 so far.
Out of the 81,000?
Yes.
So if you take your father out of it, take your father out. Your father, yes. When are you going to complete the collection of these amounts?
Honorable Chair, if I can be given about 60 days.
60 days?
Yes.
Granted. And 60 days. And you bring us a report. 60 days, yes, you have collected everything. Because if not, your salary will be paying for it.
Honorable Chair, I'll do my best.
No, this is not about doing your best. How long have you been there, sir?
1.5 years.
You've been there 1.5 years. You took over only 1.5 years. Somebody took over 10 years.
And that's just recent. Honorable Chair.
Honorable Chair, with all due respect, I think that the amount involved is relatively low, and considering that, in Parliament, with the knowledge of what
the resources that have been made available to all these MDAs that we are aware of. Payment of these amounts that we see, the 5,000, 3,000, and the rest of it, I think that within 30 days, that should be enough for you to make efforts to correct. Also, their father, the indication that their father will not pay. In fact, they occupy of the 26 names that we have, their father is only occupying 2 places. So it's a very small and negligible amount of what we
But
the
there's symbolic importance.
The rest, I think that it has to be corrected. Thank you.
Honorable member, do you want to overrule the chairman from 60 days to 30 days?
No, Chairman.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
You are not. That's all the Minister of.
Thank you very much.
They are grateful. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.